I was smiling there, Scott, off camera. See if someone had said back in September, October, the Hearts manager's going to be sitting there with 2 games to go, going, we can win the league tomorrow night. That's pretty insane that we're in that situation. But they deserve it, obviously, but it's just mad.
It's crazy. I mean, one of the comments there was about 80 points. For Hearts to get 80 points, which they can get tomorrow night, is just incredible. As you say, you'd never have predicted it. And just listening to Derek McInnes there, I know it's not a full press conference, but I've said on here that I think if it goes down to that last day, Celtic Hearts, and Celtic need to win, or even if it's by a couple of goals, I would fear for Hearts, and I think Celtic, the crowd behind them at home, 60,000, they would do it. But it's really interesting. A couple of weeks ago, I remember listening to a Derek McInnes press conference, and he was even talking about it was prepared for it to go to the last game. I thought it was intriguing that he was even talking about it, but obviously the closer it's getting, and the more likely that is to happen. And I think he's mentioned that again the day that he's expecting Celtic to go and beat Motherwell tomorrow night, and it will go down to the last day. I just think it's clever because McInnes, by constantly referring to it and talking about it the last couple of weeks, to me that's almost him preparing his players for that moment. And I'm sure Jack will agree, but knowing Derek as we do, even now or even before now, he'll have a plan for Celtic part, and he'll know exactly what they're going to do in that last game. So as much as I say, I think it'd be really tough for Hearts if it gets into that situation, which I think it will. I certainly wouldn't rule them out, basically because of McInnes, because of his preparation, because I know what he's capable of. So it's going to be absolutely fascinating to see how it pans out.
And in fairness to Derek McInnes, all of the plans for the big games this season, they lost once at Ibrox, but apart from that, all the plans have gone pretty well. They've turned up in every big game, basically.
What can I say? This is an experienced manager, a guy that understands the environment in which he's working, a guy that understands entirely the requirements, and you just need to listen to him there. And if I was a Hearts player and I saw him out there, fronting it up, doing the press conference, and I have to say Lon Shankland as well, they're so calm, they're so measured,
really relaxed,
they're composed, they're not shirking away from the reality of what they're involved in here, they're embracing it. That sends out, the two of them together, I think Derek McInnes, an exceptional, experienced manager, and then Lon Shankland, he's a real leader of men on the pitch. And they're sending out, without saying it, it's almost like subliminal messaging to the dressing room. We're in charge of this.
Yeah.
We're in control of our own destiny, and we're not fazed by it. We're embracing it. And that's, I mean, for a side that is looking at creating the potential for history, to be so calm, so measured, so composed going into these games. I dare say it'll be a different matter once the ball starts rolling tomorrow night. But that's, I just think he's played it, Derek McInnes, absolutely immaculately all the way through this season. And he won't crack. He won't crack going into these games.
No.
And I think he's really, I genuinely, I don't think he's just putting it on. I don't think he's putting on an act. When he talks about having belief in his players, believing that they've proved already that they can cope with the pressure because of how long they've actually stayed in front, how long they've been setting the pace in this league race. He actually genuinely, I think, believes in his players. And I think that's a great thing for the players as well when the manager walks in and you don't think you're getting BS off him. You're thinking, this guy believes in us and we believe in him because tactically, time and time again, he's come up trumps.
It calms you down.
So they're in a really good place just now, Hearts, not just in terms of the league position, but I think mentally going into these two games, they don't look as if they're ready to collapse in the manner in which Rangers certainly just did.
Jack, on the flip, what's crucial about that as well, sorry Daniel, crucial about that calmness as well, is that Hearts might lose this league, but in terms of where Hearts want to go and where they want to be, if they do lose it, they need to be ready to go again at the start of next season. And see that belief that you're talking about in the players. If Hearts are going to become proper title challengers every year, competing with Rangers and Celtic, they need to have mindset. They need to have that attitude, and that's why I totally agree with you. In terms of this season, Derek McInnes genuinely believes that they can go and win it. I think he exudes that confidence. The players have picked up on it, and that's why they've lasted so long at the top of the league. But I also think just in terms of the whole club, it's crucial to be that way, because if they're serious about this being a long-term thing, obviously with Tony Bloom's investment, they're going to challenge at the top every year. They need to be ready to go again. This can't be a case of if Hearts lose the league in the last day, of course they'll be devastated. The fans will be absolutely gutted. But they need to be ready to go again next season. It can't be the case that they just fall away next year and become fourth
and
or
put
fifth.
this down as just a flash in the pan season. Well, you can tell that's and that's maybe his biggest achievement, Scott. You know, aside from actually what's going on in the football pitch, inside here, inside the mentality of these players, he's changed the mindset of Hearts.
Yes,
As you
100%.
said there, Dan, you can't believe it. How we're sitting here listening to Hearts managers. But Derek McInnes says it like it's the most normal thing in the world now. And I think that he's managed to transform the mentality of that Hearts dressing room. And they believe in him. They believe in the project that Hearts are putting together. And they believe, I genuinely still think, they genuinely believe that they're winning this title.
Well, a couple of people in the comments obviously pointing out as well, Scott, about the Champions League qualifiers. They've guaranteed that. You know, guaranteed at least second. So that'll be.
But he talked about that today, and he said, "But that's not enough.
Aye,
we've done that. Right, that's in the bank.
That's great.
Rangers have been. We've seen off Rangers for that second place, but that's not enough.
Aye,
and it's that insatiable appetite. That's what we talk about Celtic and having a winning mentality, and that's you know as a you know it's not just all down to mentality. Celtic have got the most talented group of players. They've got the most money. They're the biggest team in Scotland. But for Hearts to have such a change in mindset over such a short period of time, that's an incredible bit of man management from Derek McInnes.
Yeah.
And when we talk about the experience or Danny Rowell's lack of experience, all these things, I look at that Rangers dressing room. Do I believe that the players believe in the manager? No, I don't. I don't see it. I don't see the same connection. Do I look at the Hearts dressing room and think these guys completely buy into everything this guy's telling them? Yes, I do. And that's all about experience. And it's about having a bit of gravitas and all the qualities that you need in order to be a successful manager. Derek McInnes has been a long time coming into this season. He's been a long time getting himself into this position where he's 2 games away for a title. But it feels as if his whole career has been building up to this moment.
It's mad to think this is his first season at Hearts. It feels like he's been there years.
It's astonishing.
Time is getting away, but Martin O'Neill's been talking as well. The flip side of the title race. He said today, let me see, it's in our own hands. A couple of months ago, it looked as if that would have been impossible. Sunday's game gives us a big boost of confidence. He says, naturally, winning the game the manner we did is great, but that's gone now. That's over and done with. We face a major task here tomorrow evening rather. If we win the last 2 games, we win the title. You would have got long odds in that a number of weeks ago, certainly a few months ago. So from that viewpoint, you have to try and win. It will not be easy. It's been a topsy-turvy season. You have to question whether that hunger existed earlier on in the season, but it's come back and that's great. We all sat in the show. I was one of them. I said, there's no way Celtic will put together 5 wins after the split, 5-6 wins in a row. They're at 6 wins in a row now.
Again. And I don't want to sound like a stuck record here, but it's the same thing. There's an experienced manager who knows every trick in the book. He knows how to keep his dressing room calm. He knows how to keep his players motivated. He's got into their heads. I mean, this doesn't look even remotely close to the same group of players that were looking over to Wilfred Nonce when he was playing Scrabble on the sidelines wondering, what's this guy doing? They have complete faith in Martin O'Neill, and well they should. And what a battle.
He's the only man, I think, that could have galvanised Celtic this way. I can't think of another manager that would have come in.
Given the politics of the situation and the split between the fans and the board and all this, I think it was a really, really shrewd move.
Yeah.
I think it was a really, really stupid move to move him out and bring Wilfred Nonce in and go into reverse gear for a month. But Martin O'Neill has been, I mean, talk about, it's a cliche, the glue that's held everything together. Martin O'Neill has been exactly that. It's astonishing. It would have been astonishing if he'd done it 20 years ago. It's even more astonishing that he's doing it now at the age of 74.